Oh,
Okay,
okay, okay. I
Vicky,
got it.
could you tell the people who you are and say your Chinese name also, and say anything you want to say to introduce yourself?
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Vicky, and I studied at Jinan University. And before we talked now, I'm a student of Teacher Bill's course, which named Dream and Self-Discovery. And I had this course last year. And why I am talking to Bill now is because recently I joined the Dream group online. And and the following the following talk um, is what I want to tell Teacher Bill. And I think it's quite important, and I want to share with you about how the Dream course affects me. Can I say effect?
Yeah,
Is
that's okay. It's okay. Say it
Yeah.
any way you want to. That's good. You do fine.
Okay.
Well, this is why I thought to make this video, because you sent me an email.
Yeah.
Um, you said, I'm Vicky, one of the students who took the Dream and Self-Discovery course last year. Over the past year, I have experienced many changes and have recently made the decision to pursue my next master's degree. A large part of this decision was inspired by your course. I wonder if do you want to say more about that?
Yes, of course I can. Um, uh, in fact, recently I decided to study my next master about counseling.
About what?
And
About what?
counseling, is that?
Counseling. Counseling?
Oh, counseling,
Oh,
counseling.
that would be
Yes,
good for you. Yes, go ahead.
yes. And I studied at economic department before when I was a university student. I don't know if you remember it. Do you remember?
I
I studied.
remember now that you say it, I remember it. I wouldn't have remembered it otherwise.
Yeah. I study in economic. And in fact, I know that I'm interested in people. Exactly. I know it. But in the past few years, um, what I what I tell myself is I study in economic, and I will be a person who work for economics too. But after being a member of the course, I say dream self-discovery, after being a member of this course, I found out that maybe I should do something which I like, or I say I love more. I think it would make me feel much happier. You know, um, I have some I have some disease about my eyes, and I know that maybe someday in the future, maybe someday I can see nothing. And with this condition, I think about it for many times is that to do something like business or selling, mm, to be in a company about commercial, to do something like that is really the thing that I want when I know that I'm a person who interests in people, and I like to talk with people. I like to have some deep discussion with people when I have a condition about my eyes. Do I really want to live like that? And I know that with my condition of my eyes, I will gradually turn to be a true blind. Do you know what I mean?
You're saying that you have this eye disease that's going to cause you to go blind.
Yes.
And you're telling us that, if I get this right, that, tell me if I'm putting words in your mouth. This is what I get from what you just said, that to turn to the, in a way, by turning to this work with dreams, you can look with your inner eye and you can be with people and see people and they can see you because your
Yeah.
expression shows in this dream work. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes, yes. And I know that in the beginning, I think that I can do something like business or commercial things, before my eyes getting worse, before I had the course. I think maybe I pretended to be a person who love something like that. I think I love, yes, but I know maybe someday I cannot do the things anymore after my eyes getting worse. So after the course, I think the main influence is I I became more and more true. I face the reality. I face the reality. The reality is even I want to do something which looks professional in business, in economics, in commercial, but I know that someday I will not be able to do that anymore, and which I really be professional at is something like the things that we did in the courses before in our course. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean very, very much. Now, what touches me is you said, as you became more true, you're saying that this work with dreams that you learned how to do has made you more of a true person. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Explain.
especially when recently I I read some books, I read some study about existential existential. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I know.
Yalen or Rorame.
Yalom,
The Yalen, do you know Yalen?
the California psychologist, Yalom.
Yes, yes, Yalen.
Yeah.
Recently, it's it's because I want to study for a master about counseling, and it's also about my past experience in my philosophy courses. I I I study for philosophy about 1.5 years ago, and the main the main topics of the course is about existential. In Chinese, we call 存在主义. I forgot.
Existentialism.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Yes, yes. And I think there's a big difference between me and other students in university is I face a limited time. I know that my time is limited. I I got the I got the facts that about my eye condition. I have a limited time. So I think I should really do something that I really want to do after my eyes getting much more worse than now, you know? I think that is important to me. And I cannot cheat myself again and again that you would just be a person who can see. Sorry, sorry. Exactly. About about 2 or 3 years ago, about I think it's about 2 or 3 years ago, I had the ability to talk to my friends that I I I can gradually admit that I am a person who is blind, and I can live I can live in such life which is not so convenient, but I can do something to adjust it. And recently, I think maybe it's 6 or 7 months, I admit that I'm sad. I am gloomy about my eyes exactly. Even I can work in my daily life fluently. Can I say fluently? to to work in my daily life, it's smooth. I mean smooth. I can still live smoothly in my daily life. I can be strong in front of my friends and family. I can I can always be okay. I mean, I have good grades. I earned some money that could cover my life. I think I believe that I I looked quite real. I look quite real. I believe, and I think most of people who see me will think that, oh, I think he's quite okay. Even even she has a bad eye condition. She's okay. But I recently admit that no, even I look great, but I have some anxiety between my work, my study, my private life in my house. I'm not living in the dormitory now. Dormitory is that? I I I lived in Puli County now. Not in school. Not in school storm. Uh oh, I'm like a mess.
Could you tell the people the name of your disease?
RP. Red RP. Uh, if we shorten that, it's called RP. Retinitis. Retinitis. Retina. The adjective of retina. Retinitis pigmentosa.
Hold
Do you
on.
know? Do you know that?
Uh,
I can search it for you. I can search it for you.
retinitis pigmentosa.
Yeah, yes, yes,
Retinitis pigmentosa. I just Googled it.
yes, yes.
Okay. And you, I remember when you took the course, you were still trying to hide that. You didn't want to admit it. And then you had some dreams and you worked
Yes,
with
I
your dreams.
remember.
You want to say
Sometimes
anything
I
about that?
share with my friends. I have several dreams that time, and I think at that time, most of the dreams are about my eye condition, about my eye condition and my family, my friends. There are many strong connections between my eye condition and my social life. I remember one of the dream was about me and my grandma. I think it's grandma. And in the dream, I just afraid of my grandma will not love me so much because my eyes. Because if I cannot behave well, well, I cannot behave well, my grandmother will will be upset or be not so happy. But after discovering the dream, I knew that no matter I'm good or not, my grandma will love me just like the same, just like how she treated me before. I remember, oh, about, I think, 1 year ago, I started to, I started to be real in my home. I mean, in the past, I pretended to be a person who has no eye condition in my house with my grandma and grandpa because I don't want to let them be worried. So I didn't talk to my grandpa about my eye condition. So many times he saw me, when he saw me not to clean my room so well, he said that, oh my God, I don't know why you just refuse to do something that you have to do. He moved my books to another room and 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 change the locations of some of my stuff. And I was so angry. I told him that not to touch my things in my room. And he was angry too. What I didn't told him was it's hard for me to adjust a new room. Not I'm a new room is the stuff were were not be placed at the same place. Do you know what I mean?
You say he rearranged your things, so because your eyes aren't good, you can't find them.
Yes, yes. But at the time I didn't told him. I'm afraid of he will be worried about me. So I didn't tell him and we had a fight. But about 1 year ago, I started to be true in my home. I told him that I softly told him that it's hard for me. In some, it's hard for me to do with some tiny things to normal people. It's hard for me to find a thing just in front of me, just on the desk. Sometimes it's hard for me to find it. After I tell him, he became a really gentle grandpa, you know, and I accept a fact is they will be worried. Yes, they will be worried about me when I'm not in my home. Yes, but if they got worried, they can do something to fix or to lower the level of worries. And they are something that I have to do with myself, and they have as well. They have something to do as well. I cannot just try to hide everything anymore. And after I try to be more true, I think many things around my life became much easier. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I know exactly what you mean, because I've spent so much of my life working with my own dreams and helping other people. And the thing about dreams are truthful. And the closer we get to dreams, and the more we realize that our real power is in the truth. It's not in covering up the truth, but in expressing the truth. And that our truth is really a good thing. We are really good people. Our truth is good. And so I think what you're saying is beautiful, to tell you the truth.
Yes. In the past, I was so afraid of being worried. Like my mom worried about me, my grandmother worried about me. I'm afraid of being worried. And now I think that in the past I was really afraid of being a fragile,
Fragile.
FRA, fragile person. I want to be strong in other people's eyes in the past. And after our dream course, after my self-discovery in the past year, I told myself again and again is that I cannot, or say I can be not so strong. Sometimes I really need help, and what I have to do is call for help. Not to let everything, not to let everything be some burden on my shoulder. And after knowing that, my life became much more easier. I know that I don't know what is the word in English, but Chinese is we call 万能. 万能. It means that we can do everything. I know that I'm not the kind of person And I think not a person is it not a person can do everything. I don't know. I don't know when it start. I don't know when it start about the the mindset about I have to do everything well. I have to do everything by myself. I don't know when it starts, but in the past year, I that the mindset stopped.
Was this connected with your work with dreams in any way? That
You
you made
mean
a change and
you mean after the course, I do dream self-discovery? You mean in the course or after the course?
either one. Were the dreams at all involved with this change? You say that you learned to let people help you, to be honest with them, and to admit that you needed help. You couldn't do some things on your own, especially if people are rearranging your room and everything, you know.
You mean the important influence or just the change?
Either one. I just
Either
wonder,
one is okay.
whatever you
Oh,
want to say.
I think the the most critical part is I knew that I have many emotions about myself, and the emotions are come from being not so true. And before I I do some dream discover, I don't know that, oh, I had so many emotions about myself, about everything I do in my life. I don't know. But in the courses, many courses, and and after the ends of the courses, sometimes I discover the dreams in my life. I I really found out that uh uh in the day I work, I study, and so many emotions were hidden after I had a dream. The dream tells me that, oh, Vicky, there are so many emotions, but you try to you try to you try to you try to pretend that they're not there. Do you know what I mean?
I think what you're saying is very beautiful. You're saying that you tried to deny a lot of your emotional life, but when you started working with dreams, it became evident that it's there. You have a full flowing emotional life, and that's who you are. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, this is this is my emotion, and it is here. But before I do the dream discovery, I see it, but I say, oh, that's not my emotions.
You say it's very beautiful what you're saying. You're saying that you denied yourself.
Yes,
You
and before I have the dream course, I see my emotion and I say, I don't need it.
I don't need it. You denied that you needed the emotions.
Yes, because because before I had the course, I thought that if I got so many emotions, the power of my work would be lowered, you know? My capacity would be smaller. But after the dream course, I knew that only when I accept these emotions, I can work better, I can study better, I can live my life better.
So in other words, what you're saying is that by the work with dreams, by bringing out the emotions, the emotional life that you have in you, improved you as a human being. Is
Yes.
that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes. In the past, I thought that I am a rational person, so I don't need such useless emotions.
But this is very beautiful. You know, we think these things because we're taught these things. You know what I mean?
Mm, mm, mm.
Very
And
beautiful.
and I thought that, oh, if I bring so much emotions on me, I will walk slower, more slowly. But after the dream course, I found that I can walk faster when I tell myself that, oh, there are some emotions and you really have to face them, not to pretend that, oh, they're not mine. Oh, they're useless. Oh, if I if I bring them, they would be my burdens.
It's a very beautiful thing you're saying. I mean, I've never heard anyone say it in quite this way. Um,
Really.
the thing is that what the people who study the brain and psychology have found that the emotional part of the brain is what feeds into the intellectual part. So when the emotions are denied, the intellect is made smaller and smaller and smaller. So the rational part of our mind is diminished when we deny the emotions. It's through the emotions that we sort of dance with a larger reality. Not conflicting emotions, but the emotion is a way of perceiving. It's a way of, there are parts of our brain that perceive things with emotions. And
Mm.
that's part of our intelligence and our intuition. That you're talking about this, am I wrong?
No, no, you're not wrong. You're right.
Well, I think what you're saying is very beautiful. Now, I think I should end this soon, because if it's shorter, people will watch it. If it's too long, they won't. And I think what you said is important. We can make another video if you want.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay?
exactly.
Um,
It's okay.
do you want to, um, let me see if there's anything. Oh, in you're getting a master's in counseling at Chinan University?
No, no, no. I will apply for some other schools. Also Jinan, but also some other schools.
Oh, so yeah. I just want to say, I think you would be very good at it, because it turned out you were quite gifted with dreams. I mean, even without your eyes, because you couldn't write down and read what other people were writing down. I mean, myself, take notes and I look at them, but you could do it without that. And you're quite gifted and sensitive. And often when we lose one feature, another feature is made stronger. And I think your sensitivity will get stronger. It's good now and it'll get stronger. And I think this is a good field for you to go into. I think you're doing the right thing. And I'm very grateful that you requested to come back and to come to the online dream group. This is really a master's class. And so if you work with a dream, say this coming Sunday, then the following week you'll lead the group, just like you did it in the class at Shinan. And I'm really glad to have you back and to make this video. Do you want to say anything, is there anything we left out? Any final thing you'd like to say? We're going to come back and make another video, I think, because I think you have a lot in you to say.
Exactly, exactly. Mm, I think maybe I can say only one sentence.
Say what?
Say only one sentence.
Okay, say it.
I think everyone has to work with their dreams if they can, if they are able to. But even you're not able to work with dream by yourself, is there any way to learn how to discover one's dream by themselves?
Well, yes. I mean, I did that. I discovered it by myself, but it's not so easy, you know. And when you work with other people, it's much easier. It's so much
Oh,
easier.
I know.
And we're a species, Homo sapiens, that was not like some of the other species of related to us that lived in isolation.
Mm,
But we lived in a group, always a community. And so to share ideas with other people, I think you'd be very valuable at doing that. I mean, you could use that with blind people, you know, to give them a community, give them a way of seeing with other people's inner eye. Because when you work with dreams, you're really working with an inner eye, and the inner eye can see more than the outer eye, you know, in a way. If you do, who knows what medicine can discover cures for things, but if you ever should lose your vision, with this inner eye, you can see far more. I feel, especially a sensitive person like you. I, I feel what you're saying just now is that everyone has to. You say everyone should work with their dreams. I think that to me that translates. Everyone has to be who they are. They have to be their real self because that's their real power. That's the real. That's where their real mastery lies in being true to who they are. Is that?
yeah. Yes, exactly. But I I I have I have told you that I chat with many friends who didn't have a dream course about the dream course, right? I told you, right? Um, in my experiences, I found that if if someone if someone have no experience about self dream discovery, they don't know that dream is so important.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, they just think that, oh, it's like a story, it's like a weird story, and they that the dream just go. They don't know that, oh, dream is so important. Dream, there are so many deep meanings in the dream. They don't know. They just think that it's a weird story. you
So
know
true. It's so
so
true. Right.
if people don't work with their dream, they don't know dream is so important. So only they do something with their dream, they will miss some informations which is really critical to their life. So I think not only be true to themselves, but also know the importance of a dream or of the dreams.
Very, very beautifully said. You know, if we were trained from early childhood that hands have no use, and we shouldn't move our hands, we should just keep them at our side and never move them. Think of what a limited life we'd have, and that's what they do to us with our dreams. It's just a dream; it has no meaning, and all that stuff. And it's like they cut out the major part of yourself. So I've got to close now because of our time. I want to make this short so people watch it. I'm going to
Oh,
have
okay.
another one, Vicky. Okay. Now, do you
Okay.
want to say your Chinese name? I don't think you said it, so people know it.
Oh, I forgot it. Oh, my name is Zhang Yuqi in Chinese.
Now,
Zhang Yuqi.
now, would you type
Right?
this? Would you? Can you type that out on?
Type on our chat box.
Yeah, type it in the chat box. And what I'll do is I'm going to end the video now. But what I'll do is I'll put that on the YouTube when I post it so people can find you.
Oh, will someone want to contact me? Want to
Yeah,
find me?
or you don't have to put it if you don't want. But I think some people will be very interested in what you have to say. I have
Okay,
to close now, okay?
okay.
And I think we can stay on here and you can type that in there and I can copy it.
Okay.
Thank you very much for this
Thank
interview.
you.
I think what you said is so important. I can't emphasize it. Okay?
Okay.